Greetings, patriots. Has anybody reminded you what happens exactly 30 days from now? Buckle up, buckle up. 30 days from today, my former and future boss will raise his hand, will put his other hand on the Bible, and he will become not only the 45th, but the 47th President of the United States. That's the good news. Let's talk about the bad news. Let's go back in time to earlier this summer. Roll tape.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
That was America. That was President Trump. I want to use that video to just remind us of what we face and the greatest virtue that makes all other virtues possible. But first, can I analyze what happened that day? Let's put up the image that is now part of history. This image. Let's just keep that image up there. That image of the president raising his fist, showing his chest with his head held high, should literally have been physically impossible. Why? In the UK, where I grew up, we called bodyguards, the personal security detail members, bullet catchers. Your job, if your principal is attacked, is to literally cover them with your body and to catch the bullets. Who's going to catch the bullets here of a second shooter? Nobody. Why? Because President Trump was a lion. He took control. From that moment where he said, "Hang on, guys, stop, I want to put my shoes back on," to the moment where he took control of the Secret Service and said, "Stop," and raised his fist and said, "Fight, fight, fight." That is a lion, and that is the American way. What have we witnessed for the last 4 years? America betrayed. America betrayed by establishment politicians, by the lunatic left, by those who, look, I've said this on my radio show for almost 6 years now. We should delete the letter R behind your name, or the letter D behind Democrats. Why? Because the only thing that matters, the only thing that divides us today is whether you love America or hate it. End of story. This man will die for America. He loves it so much. How do I know this? There's a lot of arguments about when did he really win the election? When was the moment of the ultimate comeback? Some people say the Georgia mugshot. Hey, Fannie Willis, how you doing today? Some say it was the garbage truck. Oh my gosh, I mean, just genius. And then the high-vis vest. Hey, it's slimming, so I'm going to wear it for the whole speech. Some say Butler. Do you know what for me was the moment when I knew President Trump had it, that he's going to win? It happened in McDonald's. It wasn't the visit to McDonald's, but a very special moment. And don't get me wrong, I could not do what President Trump did. Oh, by the way, can we hear it for that McDonald's franchise owner? Now that is a patriot. Good Italian American. But if I were running for the presidency, there's no way I would go into a McDonald's and put on the apron, take off my, custom suit, put on the apron, go over to the fry station. Why? I'd be petrified that if I pick up that massive salt shaker and it's going to open up and dump a pound of salt in the fryer. I can't do that. I'm a counterterrorism guy. Jesse Waters called me the scariest guy on television. I can't risk screwing it up live on camera when I'm trying to make some French fries. But he's fearless. Takes off his Brioni jacket, puts on the apron, goes to the fry station, says, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing, untouched by human hands, so hygienic." I mean, he's a comedian. But the moment, the pièce de résistance of that visit was when he goes to the takeout window. Immigrant Indian family rolls up. Thick subcontinent accent. Husband goes to President Trump as he's handing the baggie of, burgers through the window. Thank you, Mr. President, for doing this for nobodies like us. Do you remember that? President says, "What do you mean? You're an American, you're not a nobody." But then, the next thing that happens, what happened next? You have to turn up the volume. Go back and watch the video. The man's wife from the other side of the car says, "Thank you, Mr. President. You took a bullet for us." And the next moment is for me when it was in the bag. What did the president do? It's not scripted. It's not on cue cards. There's no teleprompter. It's real. It's from the gut. And he pauses because he says, "Wow, yeah, I guess I took a bullet for you." Wow. That's when he won it. And not only that, I was there when he went back to Butler. When he went back to the scene where he was shot in the head by a bullet traveling at 3,000 feet per second, fearless, undaunted. And you know what I witnessed? I witnessed America change that day, because it's not just about President Trump, it's about all patriots. I was in the second row, right behind JD, and there's somebody sitting next to JD Vance with a ball cap on. And I thought, I couldn't tell who it was. I thought, is it that rapper that likes President Trump? Who is it? And as the president's giving his speech at Butler, paying his respects to Chief Corey, who was murdered that day, this chant starts behind me. And there are people as far as the eye can see. I was there 4 hours early. It was to the horizon how many people in red MAGA hats. And this chant makes it up to us. As the president is still speaking, you can hear young men say, "Elon, Elon, Elon." And then the guy in the ball cap turns around right in front of me, and it's Elon Musk. Now, why is that important? It's super important because it goes back to courage. Elon Musk was loved by the left. Mr. Tesla cars, Mr. going into space. But he is fearless too. What did he do 20 minutes later? He got up on that stage, jumped around like a high school kid, all excited. And then he said, "What kind of president do you want? A guy who can't climb upstairs? Or a guy who gets shot in the head, blood covered on his face, and says, 'Fight, fight, fight'? Choose. Choose." So, the brave men are back. America is back. Oh yeah, we're back, baby. I have one request to the good Lord for Christmas. Kamala, Joe, don't do anything for the next 30 days. Because then the adults will be in charge. But here's my message to you. You are here because you love America. You are here because you're patriots. But don't take anything for granted. Just because on January the 20th at 12:01 we're going to walk into the White House and take control doesn't mean that the left has surrendered. The likes of Mark Elias and the others who subverted our democracy 4 years ago, they are plotting right now to denude you of your civil rights, to censor you on social media. Think about it. We have people in prison right now who are there because they prayed inside the Capitol on January the 6th. Prayed. I'm the child of a political prisoner who escaped in the revolution of 1956. I never thought we'd have political prisoners in America. We do, and they must be freed. So, redouble your efforts. Get ready to politically fight, 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 because we don't have 4 years, we have 2 years until the election. We have to save America, and we have to save America. Why? Because without it, Judeo-Christian civilization is gone. It's that simple. They hate our civilization, and we must save it. Okay. I've been told, and this is my favorite part, that I'm allowed to take questions. Would anyone like to ask me questions before I become a government employee again? Because now I've got a little bit of freedom of speech. In 30 days' time, it's going to be a little harder. Over here, gentleman, red hat.
Thank you.
What position am I taking? I'm Deputy Assistant to the President. That's my rank. Senior Director for Counterterrorism in the National Security Council. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. My name is Rick Love. My question is, I often hear, even from conservative platforms, that we are, well, I hear that our, sorry.
Question!
This feedback.
Come on.
Democracy versus constitutional republic.
Yep.
We're always referred to as a democracy.
Yep.
Why not constitutional republic? What is the difference for all of us? And,
okay, thank you. A democracy, mob rule. The mob can decide to put the minority in prison. That's why we are a constitutional republic. Next question. Over here.
Thank you for taking my question. It's a premise, and I'd like to ask if you agree with it or disagree with it. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump was a conspiracy disguised as incompetence, in my opinion. It was just too incompetent.
Okay, thank you. I have no evidence that it was a conspiracy. The most charitable thing you can say about it, it was failure by design. Failure by design. But we will get to the bottom of it. Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, oh, and Dan Bongino. Get off your radio mic and take over the Secret Service. Next.
Thank you. My name is Mike Carey. I'm a precinct committeeman up in Prescott Valley, and I also was a ballot chaser. My main question is, now that we are about ready to take over this country again, are we going to get rid of the CCP? Because they have all...
You can't get rid of the CCP unless you want war with China, okay? China is the primary peer competitor to the United States. The good news is President Trump understands that, and with the likes of Peter Navarro back in the White House, we will finally take it seriously again. But, you know, we're not going to start war with China, but we will protect our interests. Thank you. Question.
This will be the last question as well.
Hi, I'm Susan. I lost my voice yesterday. But I want to ask you, what is one of your favorite memories of Trump?
Wow, favorite memories of Trump. In the first minute, it's the proudest moment of my career to date. Every 6 months we had to decide what to do with the Iran deal, Obama's, abortion of an Iran deal. And it was time to decide, and the president called me and Steve Bannon into the Oval Office. And he had the whole cabinet there, the whole cabinet. And he called us his heavies. And he said, all right, my heavies, you tell these guys why we have to kill the Iran deal. And we told him. He knew why, but we told him, and then he killed it. That was my proudest moment. God bless you all. Merry Christmas!